Good afternoon, everyone. It is about 3:28, so we'll give it a couple minutes, and then we'll get started about 3:30, 3:31-ish. But thank y'all for joining.
Can you hear me, Shauna?
Sure can. So we still have a couple people joining, and as soon as they get in and get connected to audio, we'll get started. So about another minute. How is everyone doing this afternoon? Y'all doing okay?
Doing great here.
Yep, it was started off a beautiful sunny morning, and we went out to the greenhouse and did some work in my biology 1120 class. And by the time we got back to the classroom, it was cloudy, and I think it might be raining a little bit out there now. So trying not to complain. I'd rather have rain than snow. Good to see everyone here this afternoon. I appreciate you all stopping in and learning more about the STEM Hub. I see that we have lots of familiar names, and so the information that's shared today, I really encourage you to share it out with other colleagues that you think might be interested in learning more about the resources that we have here at the STEM Hub at Dyersburg State Community College. I would love to see more people take advantage of the resources that we offer. And so, and just to learn more about what we can offer schools or teachers as far as support, and that would be support for anything that you need to be able to teach STEM in the classroom, whether it's resources or professional development or whatever. Oh no, Lana, you all had parent teacher today? Oh, fun. Well, I hope it went well. I hope you got to see all the parents that you needed to see. Um, I remember those days with parent teacher conference. We'd see all the teachers of the students that were doing really well. And then the teachers that or the parents that we needed to see, sometimes we wouldn't always see those. But hopefully you got to have some good visits today with your parents. All right, can you guys see my screen? Everybody see where I've got the agenda set up on the screen? Awesome. Well, we're just going to go through that, and you'll see that the time is from 3:30 to 5. If it doesn't take that long, then we'll just wrap up and log off and go on about our day. So for those of you who might not be aware of what we do here at the STEM Hub, we were actually established to serve our and I say K-12 on everything, and I shouldn't. I should say pre-K-12 because it's for any grade level of teacher out there who teach who are involved in any kind of STEM education. And so we were established to help serve STEM education initiatives in the Northwest region of Tennessee. We have been in operation here at Dyersburg State since about 2017. I think a couple years prior to that, the STEM Hub was offered through UT Martin. So a couple of you guys maybe have, if you took any type of training that was offered through UT Martin back in 2015 or 2016, they were over the STEM Hub for a couple of years, and then we took over in 2017. And so all of our professional development opportunities that we offer to our teachers are offered at no cost. So everything that we offer is completely free of charge. We do offer professional development credit for all of our trainings that we do. And as grant funding allows, we also offer stipends or some sort of a gift for your classroom to be able to enhance your STEM teaching capabilities. So what I'm going to do now, that's just a little introduction about the STEM Hub. I am Shauna Adams. I am the coordinator of the STEM Hub here at Dyersburg State. Prior to me taking the lead role in 2020, Dr. Brian Wells was in charge of it. So you may have had the pleasure of meeting him as well. This year, we've added some new people to our team to help out. So we've added Mr. David Tate. He's in our LRC, and he's helping me try to drum up some more interest and use of our lending library. And then we've also added Miss Leanne Durham from Lakewood School in Paris to help with scheduling and pulling together K-8 or pre-K-8 STEM teaching resources and professional development opportunities. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to ask David to talk with you a little bit about our lending library and how you can become a community user. And then I will share out a list or talk about some of the resources, or David can talk about some of the resources that we offer in the lending library for teachers to check out and use with their students. So David, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thanks, Shauna. My name is David Tate, and I work in the Learning Resource Center at Dyersburg State on the main campus. I'm a library assistant here in the Learning Resource Center, and I'm basically in charge of cataloging all the materials that we have, as well as circulation. So we have many items, STEM materials here at Dyersburg and also at our Covington campus that we can have transported. You can always come in and see me. I've posted my contact information in the chat box, and you can always come in and see me. And we can get you a community user ID here so you can check out items. To check out items, you'll need a photo ID, so we can get a photo community user ID from Dyersburg State for you. When you have your community user ID, then you're able to come in or call and let us know what you want. And if you're not able to come here and get it, then we'll make sure that we find transportation to either meet you somewhere or get it to your institution. If you are far away or just busy and can't make it to campus to get your photo ID, we did get it approved to have you just send me your information with a copy of a photo ID, and I can go ahead and make your community user card and get your materials, and we can get those things out to you and give you your card when we get that. I have put a link in the chat box to the Google Forms that you can fill out, and you'll just need to fill that out and then email me a clear photo ID. And my business card is also at the bottom um, there of that form. Are there any questions about how to become a community user or acquiring materials? Okay. Shauna, can you share our homepage, our DSCC homepage?
I can.
So we're going to go to current students and library in the second column. And then right under best search tools, there's a link that says LRC catalog there in the middle. And so this is our main library page. And for those of you that are unfamiliar, we are in a collaborative effort with Tipton County Public Library. So if you see any communication from me that has Tipton County Public Library on it, don't be alarmed. It is coming from me and not Tipton County. So if you would look by the search box to advanced and click on advanced, and it should roll down a little bit. Right under filters, we want to go to right down a little more under filters. Right there where it says TCPL, we just want DSCC collections. And then we're going to scroll down just a little.
Oops. Hang
Oh,
on.
you're fine.
Um,
Just go
let me,
back.
let me go back. Okay. It
And
won't
then,
let me, it won't let me go down any further.
oh, it won't. Then that right there.
Hang on.
There you go. And then scroll down just a little more. Oh, will it let you roll your mouse or if you,
Trying. Hey, David, share your page. I've got it to where you can share.
okay,
Let me stop sharing and
gotcha.
you can share because I'm having technical difficulties.
Okay.
So give me just a second. I'll stop share and then you can. So you should be able to share your screen. Yep.
All right, you can see mine.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. So we're on our DSCC homepage. We're going to go to current students and then library. And under best search tools, LRC catalog. And then up by the search box, we're gonna click the advanced button. And then down here in the library section and filters, we only want Dyersburg State collections. And the material type, we want DSCC STEM. And then once that's selected, hit the search down in the lower right hand. I am currently updating this STEM database that we have. I have been working on this throughout the week. You can see here where it says cover art not available. But if you click on this, it'll give you it should give you a description. I apologize, I didn't catalog this, but I'm going in and putting cover art showing you a picture of what it looks like. And then you in the details, you're going to have a bunch of details on what it actually is, what it does, how many pieces. Like this one, let's see. Let's go to this one. This was one that I done earlier today. And so when you click on it, it'll give you a bunch of information about it. And it'll tell you, the contents, how many pieces it is, what it's for. Go back to a better one and see there's so many, but by the end of next week, I'll have all of this. We'll have cover art. I did this one today. Um, so this is the forces, energy, and motion, and it's 442 pieces. And then it tells what all it contains and should show the audience level, what grades, what age, minimum age there. But that's how you search our databases. I apologize that they're not completely finished right now with the photos and information, but by the end of next week, I'll have those done. Does anybody have any questions about the database?
You can also use the chat if you have a question and you don't want to unmute your mic, then I can filter or read your chats for you if you have any questions.
Or delivery or anything in general about acquiring STEM materials for your classrooms and your schools.
David, I will say you mentioned that we have the Dyersburg location and the Covington location. Our service area changed this past year to also include Henry County. So we do have a Henry County Center. If you see that there are some supplies that you would like to check out and you're in Paris or Henry County or over in that area, then if you'll let us know, we can try to have those delivered to the Henry County Center by courier, so that you can pick them up there. If you're here in the Dyersburg service area, if you'll contact me, I can usually make arrangements to deliver and pick up for you. I do that. I've had several things checked out and delivered and picked back up at Hillcrest Elementary. So if you wanted us to do that, we could we could arrange that. And then also if you're in Covington, if you're down that way and you are wanting to check out some items from our library and it's at the Dyersburg location, if you'll let us know what you need, get in touch with David, let him know what you need. We'll facilitate that checkout process for you and we can have it delivered to the Covington location for you to facilitate pickup. We know that we have a big service area and our teachers are spread out all over the place. And we don't want distance to be a barrier for you to check out items in our library.
I'm
Okay.
I'm also in the Lake County and Obion County areas frequently. So anybody in the Lake and Obion areas, I'd be more than glad to meet them to deliver their items.
David, Miss Orr, Barbie Orr said there were several steps that you took to get to that page on
Mhm.
the library. Would you share those steps or send the steps on how to access those steel materials?
Sure.
So we could send out a way to do that or how to do that. Absolutely.
I can do a screenshot, a clip of what I do and send
Mhm.
it out by email.
Okay, that sounds great. And then Lana Kennedy, she said, will you be emailing the link to the Google form to sign up for the community user ID? I would like to share it with my school's teachers. Yes, I will absolutely share out via email all of the resources that we are sharing with you guys today. I'll send it via email to you and you'll have it and be able to share out with your colleagues as well. Any other questions regarding how to become a community user or regarding how to check out items in our lending library? I will say that David reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and he had a teacher who was looking for Bunsen burners. And we didn't have any in our lending library. So he communicated to me that there was a need for that. And we were able to order some with grant funding from our Battelle grant. So if you, and we're awaiting those, we haven't gotten those in yet, but we're awaiting delivery of those. If you know that there are some non-consumable items that you would need for your school to do any kind of work in your classroom with your students, your STEM after school group, whatever, let us know what those needs are, and we will try to add those items to our lending library. We want to be able to have it stocked with the things that you need and be able to make sure that those items are accessible to you. So we are always open to hearing what it is that you need to help facilitate you in the classroom, teaching in the classroom. Any questions there? Again, you can throw something in the comments if you have a question. I'm trying to keep an eye on that. All right. Well, if we look at our agenda, I am going to share my agenda again, if I can find it. I've only got about 700 pages open on my screen. Do you all see the meeting agenda? David, do you see the meeting agenda on the screen?
No, I don't.
Okay. Let me,
Now I do.
okay. Well, now that I've turned it off. Okay. Thanks for confirming that. Okay. All right. Again, before we move on and turn it over to Miss Leanne to talk about discussion of teacher needs, again, if there's something that you would like to see in our lending library, please let us know and we will be happy to try to meet those needs with you. So I am going to turn it over to Miss Leanne, who is working furiously. And she is going to talk about, have a discussion with you guys on teacher needs in the classroom. Unmute, Miss Leanne.
I'm unmuted.
All right,
Hello,
awesome.
everybody.
Good afternoon. So good to see you.
It is good to see you. Well, I guess the first thing I would like to say is that we are wanting to start having more of our afternoon, like 3:30 to 4:30 professional development series, but we really want to know what you as teachers need. So what would you find interesting? So if we've got teachers that are starting a STEM program, or if you're a certain grade level and you're looking for things to do in your classroom, or if you just need ideas about how to use equipment that you've got that you aren't sure what to do with it. I see that a lot. So if you would please, in the chat or shoot us an email, let us know the things that you need, and we will do our best to make those happen. Another thing I want you to be thinking about is this summer, we plan to do some in-person in-service. It doesn't just have to be for a STEM teacher. It can be for any teacher that's interested in STEM. And so we would like to know if we do an all-day STEM in-service workshop, whatever, what would you be interested in knowing about? So for example, I've had one person that said, the state gave us these B-bots, but I'm not sure how to incorporate that into my classrooms. So, we can talk about that. Or you may want to know more about how to incorporate the engineering design process. Or maybe you are interested in, you're like brand new. How do I even set up this place? Give me some ideas about scheduling or whatever it might be. We would like to know what you need because we want to gear this for the people that will attend. And, we can do in breakout sessions. That's not a problem. So it may be that, we have a group of teachers that are different grade levels or different subject areas. And so we can just gear it to whatever we need for it to be. But we want to make this STEM hub, first of all, the best in the state. But second of all, we want to make it what you need. And that's the only way to make it the best, is for us to meet your needs. So just like Dr. Adams talked about, whatever you need in your classroom, maybe we have it or maybe we can order it. But also, with our workshops, we want to gear that to meet your needs. And we always have lots of goodies that we share with our teachers. So if there are certain things like that you think, oh, that would be amazing if we had cardboard cutters and learned how to use them. Or maybe you struggle with, and I've heard several teachers say this, I don't know what I need to do about teaching safety or making a safety test. What do I need to do there? So, that might be something that we need to cover. So anything that would help you be your best, that's what we want to do. So like I said, you're welcome to put it in the chat. You're welcome to shoot us an email. Also, I'm going to quit talking for a minute. And so if you want to just verbally share with us, you're welcome to do that.
We do have Stacy Hawks put in the chat. She says that they're wanting to do potential and kinetic energy labs using catapults. Would this be something you have to check out? And then Barbie said, safety test, force, motion, physical science standards, please. David, I'm going to go back to Stacy's comment and then we'll go to read the rest of these. I'm getting lots of good things here in the chat. But going back to Stacy's comment, David, do we have kinetic energy and potential energy kits, don't we, in the STEM, in the lending library? We do, yes. So David said, yes, we do. And Stacy, if you want to check those out, let us know. If you are already a community user, all you have to do is let David and me know that you want to check them out, and we can get those checked out and delivered to you whenever you're ready to use them. And if you're not a community user, we can go ahead and get you set up as one, and then facilitate that checkout and delivery for you when you need those. Does that help address your question, Stacy? Perfect. Okay, Stacy, you're not a community user, not a problem. We can help you get set up with that. I will email out that form for you that David shared a little bit ago to set up as a community user. And then if you will, when I send you that email, just respond back to me and do a reply all, because I'm going to put David on that email as well. And then you can let us know that you would like to check those out and when you would need them, and we can facilitate that setup for community user setup to check them out, and then we can get those delivered to you. All right, so moving on, Barbie said that she would like to see Leanne some stuff for regarding safety tests, force, motion, and physical science standards. So this is definitely, I'm going to let you speak to that, Leanne. I think we can definitely set that up.
Absolutely. I have heard more teachers say to me, what do I do about safety? The state requires that CTE teachers have some safety training and give a safety test. A lot of people don't realize that that's really, expected by the state. And so I've helped several teachers get theirs together, and I would be more than happy to help other folks. We could do an hour workshop in the afternoon, or we could have that part of our in-service this summer, or we could even do both if that's what people need. But we want this to be what you need. And so you'll just kind of have to make sure you've thought about what you have in your classroom, because the safety test really needs to be geared to your classroom. If you don't have glue guns, there's no point in having glue gun safety on your test, or if you don't have cardboard cutters, or if you don't use X-Acto knives or electrical outlet reels, or whatever it might be. You just kind of have to make sure you know what you need as far as what kind of things you have in your classroom, or even things, if you know you're going to get something that school year, but you haven't gotten it yet, go ahead and put that, on your safety test. So just make sure you've thought about what you have and what you think you'll be using that year. And I will be more than happy to help everybody put that together. It's really not as hard as it seems.
Awesome. Lana Kennedy, she said, I teach students in K-5 Comprehensive Development Center SPED. I would love to have ideas that would be geared to a range of ages and capabilities. We could totally
I think many of us find ourselves, some people may just work with one grade level, but there are a lot of us, like I work with 9 grade levels. I do K through 8. So, it is it's hard for the transition. That's one of the things that's real difficult for a lot of STEM teachers. Just like with me, I have K through 8, but I don't have kindergarten and then first and then second and then third. I may go from 5th grade to 2nd grade to 8th grade to kindergarten. And so there are some really good tips to make transition easier, and really get routines established. And I have found that a lot of teachers find that if they can get those things in place, it makes their life so much better. So that may be something we want to do, as part of our in-service or on a afternoon workshop. That's just kind of let us know in the chat if what you would rather have. Would you rather have these for just afternoon workshops, or would you like for us to try to incorporate as much of that as we can for in-service this summer?
Perfect. And then Shannon Smith said, I'd love to look at the older student, the 6th through 8th grades STEM setup, how classes for some of you work, what that hour looks like.
That's a great question. And, one of the things that I found is we have some teachers that have 30 minutes for a class. Some have 45, some have an hour. And it really changes how you plan and what you do. And so I really think that would be a great discussion opportunity for people to, talk about what works based on how long they have. I know with my students, I have them for an hour, but when we first started our STEM program, it was 30 minutes and you couldn't get anything started before it was time to put everything up. So I definitely agree with Shannon. That is something that really can be a challenge. It's not impossible, but it can really, be a challenge. Some kids get to choose to come to STEM, and so they're really motivated. Some kids, they're just told they're going to come. And so, there's a lot of different factors to do that, to make that work.
And then Lana Kennedy said, I would love to have a summer in person to look at and learn how to use some of the things in the lending library that I might skip over if I didn't already know how to use them.
That is a great idea. I really hadn't thought about that, but that's true. There's so many times people inherit a classroom or start a new STEM job and there's stuff in the room they don't know what to do with. It could be the same way with our lending library. You might not realize what it is or how to use it. So that's a great idea. I think that would be something wonderful.
For sure. I think so as well. And I love that everybody is saying that, we've got a couple of people here who would like to be in person. Virtual is great, but I think in person is good as well. And I think that those could be facilitated over the summer, probably better planned and facilitated over the summer. If you would kind of let us know when you're saying that you would like to meet in person, are there travel barriers for you? Meaning that if we did a workshop in person in the summer, would a location be better? We have 3 Dyersburg locations. We have Covington, we have the Henry County Center, we have Dyersburg. So we could maybe use those as hubs to go to each location and offer an in-person if that would be best. Letting us know what you need and where you need it. We could definitely set that up because I don't want our in-person trainings to be a barrier if you're an hour and a half away and that's just too much for you. Does that make sense? So letting us know. So Lana, you said Dyersburg would be best for you. We can definitely work together. David and I have been talking about some things that we can do to help people know what's in the lending library and how you can use some of those things. So I think an in-person workshop would be a great idea for that. We can definitely do that. And I wanted to go back to Shannon's comment for a minute when she said that she would like to look at what that K-8, or not K-8, but that 6-8 setup looks like for classes. And if you guys, just to open up the conversation right now, we have several people on here. You may be one of those 6-8 STEM teachers. And maybe if you have something you would like to share on what that classroom looks like for you, whether it's an hour or 30 minutes, I would love for you to share that right now. You could unmute or just put it in the chat.
Shauna, I'll tell you, our school system's done something very different this year. We've gone to having our students for an hour, but for 4.5 weeks at a time every day. So it ends up being about 22 days in a row for an hour-long class. Before, we would have them for an hour, maybe once a week, or an hour every other week. And so there are always pros and cons to doing that. But we did that because we have added some more things to our rotation where teachers that are coming from maybe central office, and so they're having to work a schedule around people that go to multiple schools.
No one's mentioned it here in the comments or by a meeting, but one question that I would like to ask is, are any of you guys interested in more professional development trainings regarding computer science? I know that the standards have recently been updated for computer science integration in the classroom. So if you're looking for ways on how to do that or resources, we can also set that up. I really want to make sure that we focus on those new standards and those new expectations for the classroom. So if there's something that you would like regarding that, just reach out and let us know.
Or if you want, if some people wanted to get together and have either in-service or workshop on your pacing guides for those things, or your curriculum, or what materials you're going to use, or how you're going to, which platform you plan to use, whether it's Kira or code.org or something else. There may be a need for that, but we need to know if that's a need that's out there.
And Leanne, one thing that we did a couple summers ago was we offered a workshop in your classroom where anybody could come to it on some STEM practices for the classroom. And then we went to some specific districts. I'll get my word out. So we actually did some workshops for a specific district at their school. So we can do that. We can do workshops where everybody comes together from different places, or if your school or your district has a specific need, then we can bring those workshops to your school or district as well. Those are something that, so if you wanted to talk to your administration and discuss what those needs are, that would be like a broad scale need for your district. Just let us know and we'll try to meet those needs as well. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share out a few things in case you didn't know what we have. Oh, wait, Candace, you had a question. I'm sorry. Is there a place that we could have an ongoing group chat to discuss and plan some of these things? Well, we can make one. That's a great idea. I think that's great, Candace. I love that. To where we can kind of come together and discuss these things. What kind of format do you think would be good to have that ongoing chat? You guys are much more tech savvy than I am, so let me know how you all communicate. Would it be through a group chat on text? Would it be through a shareable Google document where we could, share out ideas and plans, or what another format or another platform? You let me know what works best and we'll make it happen. And I'm going to write myself.
Or if people want to use social media, if there's a social media platform you want to use, like Facebook or whatever.
Candace, I'm going to hang on to your question because I'm going to show you that we do have a Tennessee STEM Hub Facebook. We could use that as a platform if we needed to talk and discuss needs and planning. That can definitely be used for that. But if you feel like there's another way that you think is best, Teams. So Candace, you said Teams is what we use, but there might be a Google option. Yeah, we could set up some ways to do that. Can you chat through Teams, or do you have to have a video meeting? I've only been on a couple Teams meetings, so I'm willing to learn if you will help me and use that as well. So I'm going to make myself a note on that, Teams. I think that's a great idea. And we can use more than one platform to reach a multitude of educators as well. All right, Sheena, you said there's a chat option on Teams. Okay. All right, Lana. Perfect. We're going to figure that out and start that. Sheena, you said, I am interested in any additional resources or training, including computer science, robotics, STEM labs. I am in Dresden, however, I am able to drive to Dyersburg when necessary. Okay, well, you're my neighbor, kind of. I'm in Bradford. So, yeah, Sheena, we could absolutely offer some resources. Leanne and I have talked quite a bit about how we could offer some more computer science resources, especially robotics. We've talked about STEM labs. Y'all have some great ideas. I'm writing it all down, and my pen just dried up, so I need to get another one. So,
I'd like to throw this out there. If anyone has maybe photos or a video of your classroom setup, I would love to compile a group of those to have if you're willing to share. Maybe you could even, if you want to, if you do a video, you can say what you really like or what you don't like or whatever. But I think at least I found when I first started my STEM lab, it was like a gutted spot, no furniture, nothing. I spent an enormous amount of time Googling and trying to find pictures and images on online to get ideas of what other teachers had done. And I think it would be wonderful if we could get a gathering of either photos or videos of some of the STEM labs around here. And then, if you're looking at that and you see something really interesting, then you could contact that teacher and say, hey, tell me about this. I think, especially if we do an in-person workshop, that would be a wonderful thing to have where the people that are present could look at that and talk about that.
that's a really good idea. We actually just did that a few years ago for our biology labs here on campus. We renovated for the first time since the school opened. So prior to setting up our new labs for anatomy and physiology and biology and physics, we looked at what some other schools had done and looked at pictures and looked at other setups and talked to colleagues at different schools about like what they liked best, or if they had it to redo, what would they have done differently? And that helped guide us on what we wanted for our classroom or for our labs. And so I think it's really good to be able to share out. I think that's an excellent idea. And we can definitely do that if y'all would like to. And that kind of leads me into our social media. Candace, you said, what is the Facebook page? So I'm gonna share that with you. Let me get my ducks in a row. Okay. Okay. So this is what our Facebook page looks like. It is called the Northwest Tennessee STEM Hub. And it's been published for a while, but it hasn't been used a lot. I've only just been trying to use it more frequently to let people know, hey, we've got a workshop coming up or a meeting coming up. This is a great place where if you wanted to collaborate, we could use that as well. We could use Teams, we could use this Facebook page to kind of talk about what your needs are in the classroom and those sorts of things. So if you wanted to like this page, you can. This is the Northwest Tennessee STEM Hub. You see that I actually posted earlier today, hey, just in case we have a meeting coming up, if you wanted to join. Kind of shows you, this past week we had some physical science stuff with Miss Rachel Abbott. We're having a workshop on Monday. And I'm going to talk about some upcoming resources and workshops we've got scheduled. But I would like to see this page used for all of us to know what you need and what you want and what you've got going on that you would love to share with everyone else. I think this would be a great resource that we could all utilize. Also, brand new, it's baby right out the gate. Let me share it. Do y'all see where it says Northwest Tennessee STEM Hub and you got a big banner on the top? It's YouTube. Okay. This is our brand new baby YouTube channel. And that the inspiration behind having this is that all of our trainings that we do virtually are going to be recorded and uploaded here. That's the vision. That way, if you wanted to really learn about the project-based learning or the physical science that we just had with Miss Rachel Abbott, or the upcoming one on biology, the vision is to have those videos uploaded here so that if you've missed one of those workshops, you can go back. It'll be a repository for our trainings, and then you can use that. So right now you see that there's one whole video in it, but you know what? We're going to build it and make it better and share out resources through the STEM Hub here as well, for professional development. So brand new. So again, this is our Northwest Tennessee STEM Hub Facebook or YouTube page. I will share links to each of these in the email, the follow-up email with you, so that you know how to get to the Facebook page or know how to get to the YouTube page. And I really encourage you to share out with your colleagues. I want people to know that we're here, and I want you to tell us what we can do to help make you more prepared for STEM in your classroom. That's the whole purpose of the STEM Hub. And I think now that I've got some experts on my side, David and Leanne, who can help me find out what we need and how to implement those needs, how to meet those needs, that we can be a much better entity to share out. Let me check my chats. Are there any other things that you would like to mention in the chat right now before I move on? I'm loving how you guys, oh, and sorry, I get squirrel. I just noticed that David shared out in the chat that the steps for getting to the lending library, and he put a link there, how to search for STEM material. I will share out all of these links for you guys. I'm going to actually share what David just did because he's amazing. I don't know how you all can do things so quickly. So he just set up a document for you guys and shared it out, how to search for DSCC STEM materials step by step with pictures. I'm very visual, so I like pictures. So perfect. I will send that out to everyone as well. All right. Do you still see how to search for STEM materials, or do you see upcoming events?
Upcoming events.
Perfect. You know, as much as I have used Zoom for all of COVID and for meetings, you would think that I would feel more comfortable with it, but I still don't know. All right, perfect. Wanted to share out some upcoming events with you and let you know what we've got going on. And you see here it says all K-12 teachers. That should say all pre-K through 12 teachers, all ages. Student teachers, if you have a student teacher in your classroom or you have a student teacher in your building who's looking for ideas, invite them to come in. Administrators, always welcome. We want them in there. Your educational assistants, if they're helping you in the classroom and they want to learn more about best practices for STEM or any of our workshops, all are invited to attend. They're all welcome to attend. I've actually had a couple of student teachers this semester, and that's been great. So Monday, we have how to basically implement STEM or best practices for implementing STEM in your biology or your life science classes. And Miss Rachel Abbott's going to teach that. She was with us this past week for physical science, and I thought she did a phenomenal job for her first meeting. So she's going to be with us on the 12th. On the 28th, we're going to have, and that 12th on Monday, that is a virtual. On the 28th, we're having a virtual workshop on using technology to support STEM learning. Dr. Shannon Burks, she is an adjunct in our biology department. So she will be teaching that for us. And even though it says that it's geared for certain grades, it's open to any grade because I think all of us as educators know that you can always modify anything for any grade or ability level. On March the 2nd, that's on a Saturday, it's in person here at Dyersburg. Ellen Meserly from the Cumberland River Compact will be with us. And she is going to have a workshop on Tennessee's water resources and careers. So this will be in person from 9 to 12 at Dyersburg State. We will meet here in the biology lab and start our workshop. We will go and do an on-ground tour of the Dyersburg water treatment plant and learn all about what they do with treating water. And then we'll come back to the lab and have a couple activities that we're going to do. And this is geared toward all grades. So if you want to sign up for that one, it's actually a sign up through the Tennessee River Compact or the Cumberland River. And I will share out to you what that looks like. I just got an email from her today. Hang on just a second. I'm pulling it up out of my email. If I can find the link. You know what? I can do it another way. But I will share out the link to you. We actually shared it out on our Facebook page. So here it is. Y'all see my Facebook page? Perfect. So the STEM Hub, the River Compact, this is what we're going to be offering, and I'll share out this link for you as well. This is what we did last year. We were at the Hawkins River water treatment plant here, and we're going to be looking at the wastewater treatment plant this time. So it's a free professional development based on the life support curriculum. So you get an entire curriculum that goes with it, the notebook with all of the lesson plans. Ellen also has everything on a Google document that she can share out with you with all the links. So if you wanted to sign up for that, you have to sign up directly through them. You do get professional development hours, 3 professional development hours, and a stipend for attending. So that's coming up if you're interested in that. Do y'all see my agenda again? Perfect. So that's on March the 2nd on a Saturday. So come hang out with me. On April the 8th, we're going to have STEM in chemistry. So if you want to learn about how you can implement STEM in your chemistry class, then you can sign up for that. On April the 11th, Anna Shelton, Mrs. Anna Shelton from Peabody High School, is going to have a STEM in math. So we'll have a math workshop. And then looking at, this is a tentative date for the regional STEM meeting that will be in May. And I'll talk more about that later. So this is still tentative information here. But these are some upcoming professional developments we have. Remember that all of our training opportunities are completely free. And you do get professional development hours. You also get a stipend. If you have attended the last couple professional developments, we're a little bit behind on getting the certificates out. And that's because those are issued through the workforce development, and their policies for issuing certificates have changed. And I have to fill out some paperwork to send in to have those filled out. But don't worry, I've got your list. We know who's attended the last few meetings and your hours, and we'll get those certificates out. We do have those now set up to deliver electronically, so we don't have to worry about mailing certificates because, you know, we gotta get with the times. So that's been worked on as well. Are there any questions about our upcoming trainings? No? And again, you all have given us some really good ideas on some trainings that you would like to see offered. So David and Leanne and I will start working on that. We'll start setting up a Teams chat to be able to talk about your needs for the future. And then also we can reach out and use the STEM Hub's Facebook page, email, everything that we've talked about today. I'm going to send you a link. Just basically, I'm going to send you an email with bullet points, and the bullet points are going to have all the links that we've shared on everything. And then if you have any questions, you can let us know, and we'll start working on planning some of the things that you all want. There is a link. Some of you guys, it's a workshop survey. And if you've been in one of our trainings before, you're familiar with it. I'll send this out in the bullet point of links as well. And it's basically a workshop survey that you can evaluate the quality of this training. And that's through the Tennessee STEM Innovation Network. And this is how we stay accountable for our grant funding. So this is how the TSIN knows that we're doing what we said that we were going to do in our grant proposal for this funding cycle. And I really encourage you to fill that out. I don't get to see that. That goes directly to TSIN, so you don't have to worry. You can be as honest and open about it as you want, because this lets us know, are we doing our job and are we meeting your needs? Also, one other thing before we leave, if there are no other questions or comments from anybody, I have on the screen, there are, let me try to make that just a little bit smaller so you can see it. There we go. You get to choose, let me move that all down on the same page. A, B, C, or D for your classroom. And if you've worked with me, you know I'm kind of slow on getting things to you, but I'll get it to you. But you can choose one of these items for your classroom as your parting gift for the day. And so I guess maybe the easiest way for you to do that is just in the chat, if you'll put A, B, C, or D. Can y'all see my screen with the A, B, C, D? Okay. So y'all just type in your chat which one you would like. And I will get that recorded. I will say, while I'm waiting for those choices to come in, you will get an email from Tiffany Felkner. She is the Secretary for the Arts, Sciences, and Technology, and she helps me with making sure that stipends are paid. And so if you get one from her, make sure you answer that email. She's asking you for information to get you your stipend. All right. Thank you all so much for coming today. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all taking an hour after working hard at school all day, being with parent teacher conferences. That's a lot of hard work. And I appreciate your hard work with your students. I appreciate your dedication to learning more about STEM resources. Please share with your colleagues. Let me know how we can help. And then we'll send out, I'll send out a follow-up email with all the cool stuff that we talked about today. Are there any parting words or anything before we go? Or comments or questions that I can answer for you? All righty then. Well, if not, have a great afternoon. And I'll see you hopefully Monday. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a great day.